tutorial about trigonometry. In this tutorial I'm going to demonstrate using two example questions how to calculate the unknown side in a right angled triangle. So you'll see we've got a right angled triangle here with an angle to start with of 21. We've been given that angle and we're trying to find this side here given a pronumeral y, and the information we're given this side here has a length of 34. The first step in solving this trigonometry question, or any trigonometry question involving right angled triangles, is to first of all label the sides. Here is our angle, 21 degrees. The side we're trying to find is the opposite side. I'm going to label that with an O. This side here is the hypotenuse. It's opposite the right angle, so I'm going to label that H. So we now know the two sides that we have in the question. One is the opposite side, one is the hypotenuse, and that means I'm going to be using the sine ratio to calculate this question. So the first thing I'll do in my working out would be to write down the sine ratio. Sine of theta is equal to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. My second step would be to take the information I have from the diagram, the three-part pieces of information, and substitute them into my equation. So we'll start with sine and substitute the angle in. Sine 21 equals the opposite divided by the hypotenuse. So I've taken the 21 degrees, the y, and the 34 from the diagram, substitute them into the sine ratio. My next step is to rearrange this formula to make y the subject. To do that, because we have 34 at the bottom of this fraction, I'm going to multiply both sides by 34. So y for our question is 34 multiplied by sine 21 degrees. We'll then use our trusty Casio calculator. 34 multiplied by sine 21. If we're just dealing with angles, there's no need to press the degrees, minutes and seconds button. We can just leave it on the calculator as 21. We'll close our brackets, press the equal sign, and we get an answer of 12.184510. And I'm going to just write our answer correct to one decimal place. There are no units on this, so our answer is, this side y is 12.2. On to a second example. We'll go through those same steps again. In this question we have an angle given here 80 degrees. We're trying to find this side here given a pronumeral g, and we're given some information about this side is 16 units long. So again, first step is to label the sides. This side here that we're trying to find out is the opposite side. The hypotenuse, there's no information on the hypotenuse, which means this 16 is the adjacent side. So I've got information about an opposite and an adjacent side. We're going to use the tan ratio to solve this problem. So we'll start off by writing the tan ratio. Tan theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. Substitute your information in, so tan 80 degrees. Tan 80 degrees is equal to g over 16. Again, we rearrange this formula to make g the subject. I'm going to multiply both sides by 16. So g is equal to 16 times tan 80 degrees. Again, use our calculator, we'll clear the last answer. 16 multiplied by tan 80 degrees, close our bracket, and that's equal to 90.740509. I'm going to round this one this time to one decimal place, so that will be 90.7 units long. I hope these two examples of how to solve problems using trigonometry have been helpful for you. Be sure to catch our next video when we look at questions where this unknown side will be on the bottom of the fraction and what we have to do in that case. See you next time.